The year is 1938. A royal ballroom glitters with chandeliers. A lone princess adjusts her mask, her eyes reflecting the candlelight. She's beautiful, intelligent, and used to getting her way. But behind the elegance and grace, there's a growing restlessness. She's an only child, doted on by her parents, yet she feels a profound loneliness. Her father is a dictator, and she's acutely aware of the walls he's built, not just around their home, but around her life. A military parade winds through the capital city. Soldiers march in perfect unison, their faces stoic, their eyes unwavering. They salute their leader, the iron fist that rules with both charm and ruthlessness. He returns their gaze, a complex mix of power and melancholy in his eyes. This is the man the world fears, the one they call the Dictator. But when he enters the palace, he sheds his armor. Here, within these four walls, he is a man stripped bare, wrestling with the burdens of his choices and the echoes of a life before power. His wife, the Marchioness, is a picture of poise and political savvy. She navigates the world with grace, knowing when to speak and when to listen. While her husband commands respect through force, she commands loyalty through kindness. Their evenings are filled with quiet dinners and unspoken tension. You can almost feel the weight of their past hanging between them, unspoken yet ever present. The dictator often finds himself staring into the distance, lost in thought. The Marchioness watches him, her heart aching for the man she married and the ghost of the man he once was. In the dead of night, the princess paces her room, her mind sharp, her spirit restless. She reads forbidden books, dreaming of a world beyond the gilded cage of her life. Little does she know that fate has a plan, a chance encounter that will shatter the boundaries of their world. Enter the prisoner. His face is etched with the hardships of life, his eyes holding the glint of a spirit unbroken. He's been locked away for daring to speak the truth, for resisting the very forces that keep him confined. In the dim oil lamplight, we see determination hardening his jaw, the refusal to bend in the face of adversity. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the cell block, the dictator arrives. His face is unreadable, his presence commanding respect and fear in equal measure. His visit is unexpected, sending ripples of tension through the silent prison. The officers stand at attention, their faces betraying no emotion. The prisoner remains seated, his gaze steady, unafraid. In a hushed voice, the dictator speaks, his words echoing the gravity of the situation. He offers the prisoner a choice, a chance at freedom in exchange for his silence. But the prisoner refuses, his integrity and principles refusing to bend. He rejects the offer, choosing to remain steadfast rather than compromise his beliefs. The dictator, taken aback by the prisoner's defiance, turns to leave, his steps heavy with disappointment. He pauses at the door, his silhouette framed in the dim light, and utters a cryptic warning. The prisoner must pay the price for his choice, a price that could very well be his life. The princess attends a grand party, her beauty drawing gazes like a moth to a flame. Among the attendees is a young writer, a wordsmith known for his captivating tales. Unbeknownst to them, fate has begun to weave its intricate design, leading them together in ways neither could have imagined. Later, alone in her room, the princess pours out her thoughts onto paper. Dreams, desires, and frustrations find expression in the secrecy of her diary. She writes of a longing for a different life, a yearning for connection that the gilded cage of her existence denies her. She doesn't know it yet, but these words will become the bridge between her world and his. Meanwhile, the young writer finds himself drawn to the princess's words, captivated by the honesty and vulnerability that shine through the ink on the page. He feels a connection to her, a kindred spirit on the other side of a world he knows so well. As days turn into weeks, the princess and the writer continue their clandestine correspondence, each letter a thread binding them closer. Their words carry secrets, dreams, and emotions too intense to share under the sunlit gaze of the world. Theirs is a bond that defies boundaries, a love story waiting to unfold. News reaches the palace of unrest in the city, whispers of discontent growing louder by the day. The Marchioness, ever attuned to the pulse of the people, urges caution. She senses a brewing storm, a threat to the very foundations of their power. The dictator, his face creased with worry, summons his advisors, their voices echoing in the cavernous hall. The air is thick with tension as they strategize, their words carrying the weight of lives that hang in the balance. Every decision is a gamble, every move a potential misstep on a treacherous path. As the plot thickens, the princess and the young writer grow bolder in their love, stealing moments whenever they can. Theirs is a love seasoned with the bitter sweetness of stolen time, a constant awareness that their joy might be short-lived. One fateful day, the young writer makes a crucial decision. He will bring the truth to light, expose the cracks in the dictator's seemingly impenetrable facade. With each article he pens, he chips away at the dictator's reputation, awakening the public's slumbering consciousness. The dictator, consumed by paranoia, tightens his grip on the city, his actions becoming more erratic, his temper more volatile. Fear becomes a constant companion, lurking in the shadows of every interaction. The dictator's paranoia grows, his grip on reality loosening with each passing day. He lashes out, his anger indiscriminate, his accusations baseless. Trust, once his stronghold, crumbles around him, leaving him isolated in a prison of his own making. The Marchioness, caught in the crossfire, tries to be the voice of reason, but her pleas fall on deaf ears. The dictator, consumed by fear, pushes her away, unable to see the love and concern in her eyes. As the walls close in on the dictator, the princess faces a heart-wrenching choice. Will she stay by her father's side, bound by duty and tradition, or will she defy him, choosing love and freedom instead? The young writer, meanwhile, finds himself targeted, the authorities closing in, seeking to silence him before he exposes the full extent of their tyranny. He stands firm, his resolve unshakable. The princess, torn between her loyalty to her father and her love for the young writer, makes her choice. She leaves the palace, stepping into the unknown with nothing but the love that guides her. The dictator, realizing the depth of his folly, experiences a moment of clarity. The weight of his actions, the lives he's ruined, the love he's denied, all of it crashes down on him too late. In a final act of defiance, the young writer publishes the truth, exposing the dictator's regime and awakening the public to the years of deceit. As the story reaches its climax, the characters confront their fates. The dictator faces the consequences of his actions, the people rising up against the regime he so painstakingly built. The young writer finds solace in knowing that the truth has been revealed, that the darkness is being brought to light. The princess and the young writer, reunited, find solace in each other, their love a beacon in the face of adversity. The story concludes with a sense of justice and hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, love and truth can prevail. A montage of love letters, their words whispering promises of forever. The sky, once cloudy and grey, breaks into a brilliant blue, sunlight streaming through the clouds. Doves fly overhead, their soft cooing echoing peace. You hear the gentle whisper of the narrator. History remembers wars, rulers, and empires. But sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones hidden in the shadows. A dictator's daughter, a prisoner, and a love that refused to die. Even behind closed doors, love can echo. The image fades, leaving behind a profound silence, broken only by the whisper of the wind. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold love stories from history. Tell us in the comments, do you believe love can conquer fear? The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of closure and a lingering echo of the story. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.